research topic. Why? Even you have identified, most probably you are having the chance to access for the published data, right? Publish in the sense it may be published in the physical manner, that means with the hard copies, or else the online copies, right? That means internet, or else the hard published copy, or else the printed materials, right? So those are identifying as the published. What do you mean by the unpublished? Unpublished in the sense even they have done the study, so they didn't still present it to the outsiders. For example, your undergraduate research, your seniors dissertations, right? Seniors dissertation, so they have done it, they have completed their dissertation, they have printed it as a dissertation hardbound, and then they hand over it to me as hand over the sub campus, as well as they are keeping a one copy with them, right? So that means what it is, it's already printed, but it's not published in somewhere else, it's already in the library. So therefore that sort of things may be identified as the sometimes the unpublished findings. So therefore, Puta, you can't never include the sentence, or else you can't never argue that in regarding my research topic, I don't have any literature. Why? There are some published as well as the unpublished sources in your regarding your research topic. Anyway, even you are referring the published as well as the unpublished document, it should contain information, ideas, and data and evidences which should be written in the standard point view. Right? So that means when we are referring the articles, hereinafter we will identify. So there are some predatory journals, right? Predatory journals as well as the standard or as quality journal. So when you are referring the previous articles, you don't need to select the predatory journals, right? Or else you don't need to select the predatory journal article. Why? So those are not written in the standard format. So therefore we'll lecture you how you can select a journal paper with the standard point, right? So therefore when you are referring the past, you have to select a good research article, right? So then why we are referring this article? What is the purpose? To identify, or else to have an idea regarding this research topic, or else regarding your research topic. So then it is called as what? Literature review. That means you are going to inquire the past. It may be the published or unpublished data. Again, it should have the standard, it should have the information, data, and evidences which should be written in the standard point of view. And so what is the purpose of doing this literature review? To identify or as to investigate the regarding the research topic, right? Regarding the research topic that we are going to study for the future, right? What is the chapter? So we have already discussed about we have already identified the chapter number 1, introduction. It contains the problem, it contains the question, and it contains the research objectives, right? So then chapter number 2 is the literature review. Chapter number 2, it is the literature review. That means we are moving forward to the chapter number 2. How you can develop the chapter number 2? Yes, literature review is critically looking at how many chapters? 3 chapters, right? Introduction chapter, methodology chapter, and the discussion chapter. How the literature review is important for the introduction chapter? Yes, what are the things we have included in the introduction chapter? Yes, what are the things we included in the introduction chapter? Research problem, right? The first thing, research problem. Other than the research problem, definitely we need to include the background of the study. When you are writing the background of the study, exactly you need to have a clear idea regarding the your variables, right? It may be independent, it may be dependent, or else it may be the controlling. Otherwise, um, moderating and the mediating variable. Anyway, regarding these variables, you should have a clear understanding. So that is what we are expecting through the 1.1, the background of the study, included in the chapter number 1. So then once you identify the background of the study, the second thing is you need to identify the research problem. What is the base for to create or else to initiate this kind of a research? It should be supported with the managerial perspective plus, as I initially said you, with the literature review. Okay, if you have the clear idea regarding the developing the research problem in that lesson, I always emphasize you that okay, bring out the theoretical perspective, identify, support your practical managerial problem with the literature. As I remember, I explained it, right? So then definitely, your literature review chapter is important for which chapter? Introduction chapter, right? So not only the research problem, but also creating the questions and identifying the objectives. Definitely, you need the literature review. That means, what do you mean by the literature review? Inquiring about the past research regarding or past research on your research topic, right? So, who, for example, let's take Nimesh. If the Nimesh is going to identify regarding the management accounting practices and the organizational sustainability, so what are the research done by the previous researchers in the same area, right? Management accounting practices and the sustainable performance. So before moving to the initiation of his research, what are the findings? 2023, what are the findings? 2022, what are the findings? Who initiated this kind of research? It may be 1959. So the some of the researchers, they have initiated the concept of the sustainability. Again, a which component under the literature review, a finding which should be revealed under the Nimesh literature review. What it is? Initiation of a sustainability, initiation of a management accountant. Actually, you need to inquire about those things, right? So therefore, introduction, for the introduction chapter also, you need literature review. You need literature review. Next one, right? So problem as well as the question and objectives. The methodology chapter. What we are going to identify the literature review, the way, that means already the past findings. Who did the same research in the previous 2023 2022. So that means once you are going through this previous findings, right? So then you may be identify, not only have an idea, so how they did it, right? So what are the methodological initiatives, or else how, what are the sample size, so what are the populations, right? Likewise, what are the software data analysis tools they use, what are the research software they use to run this kind of research, what are their research design, is it a quantitative research, is it a qualitative research? Likewise, not only that one, so how they have collected the data, is it a sample, is it a survey, is it a experiment, neither is it a ethnography? Likewise, how they did it will be, can be identified, right? So if you are going through the literature, definitely if you are referring the past findings, past research articles, definitely you have the chance to identify the way how they did. Definitely you maybe have the chance to identify the way how they did it, methodology, right? So they are methodology. Accordingly, exactly once you read the methodology chapter of the previous findings, you can design your methodology, right? So you can design your methodology, how I can do my research, what is my sample size based on the previous findings in 2023, how I can design my methodology, right? So what is my sample size? Previous researcher have taken it as, okay, give me 1 minute, Puta. Okay. Okay, we'll have stop at the methodology, no? Methodology chapter. Okay. So how the literature review important for the methodology? Okay, I explained it now. Tell me how the literature review important for the methodology chapter, your methodology chapter. Yes? Yes, Putta? How? Am I audible to you?
Decide the sample size.
Sorry, Putta?
Decide the sample size.
Ah, okay, very good. Sample size. What else? Your population, the sample size, population, right? Data analysis techniques, right? And the research designs. It may be the ontology, it may be the epistemology. Likewise, so what kind of research design? What is your research choice? Is it a deductive? Is it a inductive? Right? How they have collected the data exactly. So those things are the guided documents or else guided points for your research methodology. Right? Methodology chapter. So then discussion chapter, right? While you're identifying or else while you're having the idea regarding the past research, right? So you may be able to identify their findings exactly, right? So what they have found regarding this research topic, is it a relevant finding or else is it a positive finding regarding x and y if we are referring the variables x and y. So what is the relationship between x and y? So do they have come up with the positive relationship? So or else do they have come up with the negative relationship? Or else are they are providing the evidences for there is no relationship, right? So that those are their findings. Those are their findings. So therefore, definitely, what do you mean by the discussion chapter? What do you mean by the discussion chapter? Discussion chapter in the sense you have to clearly show to the readers how your findings are in line with or else contradictory with the previous findings, right? How your findings are in line with the previous findings or else whether it is a contradictory with the previous findings. So that is regarding the discussion chapter. You are going to have a discussion with the past, right? Exactly the past data are provided by whom? Yes, past data provided by the literature review chapter, right? So within this literature review chapter, you need to summarize the at least 10 or 15 similar findings on your research topic, right? Similar findings, that means similar research articles. For example, in our case, so we'll take the today's example from the Nimesh context, right? Nimesh is going to conduct the management accounting practices and the sustainable performance, right? Sustainable performance. His findings are positive. That means management accounting practices, doing the management accounting practices within the organization exactly help to the sustainable performance of the organization. But in 2021, right, Timira conducted the same research topic, that means management accounting practices and the sustainable performance. He ended up with his research with the negative relationship, right? So then another student, Devmini, right? Devmini done the same research topic and conducted the same research in 2019. She already identified there is no relationship between environmental practices and the sustainable performance, right? Three findings. The today's context in 2024, Nimesh is going to identify and he is adapted with his research with the positive relationship, where there are other contradictory findings, positive and the negative and the no relationship by Devmini and Tivira. Right? So then what you can do in the discussion chapter, you can discuss. You can discuss Tibira conducted the research in this kind of way and say his findings are like this, and the Devmini conducted the research with the objective and ended up with the no relationship, but my findings are contradictory with them. So this is regarding the discussion chapter, right? How you can now you are going to do it. Your findings, or else Nimesh findings are the positive, whereas the others are negative and the no relationship. How you can identify this negative and the no relationship research findings based on the literature review? Definitely, before moving to the discussion, you have to identify those findings in the literature review chapter. That means literature review is having two components. We are calling it as a theoretical literature review and the empirical literature review. Theoretical literature review and the empirical literature review. What do you mean by theoretical literature review? Identifying the basic concept in this research topic, in this research area, right? Theories. What do you mean by, I will explain those things in later on, don't worry. What do you mean by the empirical literature review? So regarding same research topic, what are the findings done by the, what are the findings revealed by the previous researchers? Right, so it is called as empirical literature review. So if you are going to discuss your findings with the previous findings, exactly, Puta, you need to disclose those previous findings in the empirical literature review. ඒ කියන්නේ literature review එක කැලි දෙකකට වෙන් කරන්න පුළුවන් අපිට empirical literature review සහ theoretical literature review කියලා. ඔයාලා discussion chapter එකේදී discuss කරනවා නම් යම් කිසි දෙයක්, ඒ discussion chapter එකේ discuss කරන්න කලින් එයා ලියවිලා තියෙන්න ඕන literature review chapter එකේ empirical literature review කියන subheading එක යටතේ. Correct. Okay. The importance of the literature review, right? So what is the importance of this literature review? Okay. You can note down some points under this one. Okay. Search and note down. So what is the importance of the literature review? Why do we need to have an idea regarding, or else why do we need to conduct the literature review? Why do we need to inquire about the past findings on the same research topic? Is there any impact on this one? Okay. What is the importance of the literature review? By referring the past articles, what are the things you may be able to identify? Yes. What is the first thing? By referring
Identifying the gaps.
exactly. Highly appreciated. Very good. But it is identifying the research gaps. Very good. Right. So based on while we are reading, exactly we will be able to identify the gaps, research gap. It may be empirical gap. From sometime you can identify the methodological gap. So they have done the research in the quantitative way, but so there is a possibility to conduct this research in the quantitative also. What it is? Gap. Very good. Identifying the gaps. What else?
Simulate new
Improves
Yes.
improves methodology.
Exactly to have an idea regarding the methodology. Okay, good. What else?
simulate new ideas.
Very good, right? So that means if you are if you are reading the past data or else past findings regarding the sustainability, exactly you maybe have the chance to identify the emerging emerging areas in this research field, right? For example, sustainability, green sustainability, right? Or the environmental sustainability, whatever the new concept or is trending research topic, you maybe have to identify, you have the chance to identify the research trends. Very good. What else? Gaps,
Prevent
methodologies.
duplication. Prevent duplication.
Very good. Prevent duplications, right? That means you are not going to do the same thing again and again, right? If they have done the research regarding the working capital management and the firm financial performance for the listed companies in Sri Lanka, don't do it. So that means you are going to prevent the conducting the same research. Exactly. Very good. What else? We are calling it as reinvesting the field. නේද? රෝදේ ආපහු හොයාගන්න දෙයක් නැහැ. එහෙනම් ඒක මොකද කරන්න ඕනේ? We need to identify a new component of that research area. That is a possible thing. But don't conduct the same research topic. Okay, what else? Yes, have an idea regarding methodology. That means overall have an idea regarding the area that you are going to study on. Right? Current status of the research field. That is the first thing. So then second one, identifying the research gaps. Literature review provide the basis for identifying the research gap. Third one, identifying the new trending research topics, new research trend in the research field, that research field. Fourth one, what is the fourth one? So you are going to do the same thing again and again, right? That means you need to ensure that you are not going to do the same thing or is repetition, right? What is the another? Tell me another thing. Yes. By reading the literature review, exactly, you may be able to identify the access of the researchability, right? Researchability of this research topic. Sometimes, so as an undergraduate, you may be you all are having some emerging research topic with your mind. Sometime, so we can't initiate that kind of a research in the practical context. So therefore, first thing, even you have the idea regarding emerging topic, emerging research problem in the nowadays, sometimes you don't have the access to do this kind of research, right? How you can find that, how you can realize it, we are calling it a researchability, right? So we may be having the chance to identify this researchability of these research topic by reading the past research. While you are reading the past research findings, past research, past articles, so then you may be realizing, okay, even it's an emerging research topic. As an undergraduate, I don't have the access to this kind of data. Right. So as an undergraduate, I can't go in this kind of area. So therefore, the potentiality for this kind of research topic is very low. So therefore, you can avoid some unnecessary or else some uh, impractical research topics. Conducting some impractical research topic. Very good. What else? Any idea? Normally, so these are the things. So these are the things why we are. So these are the important points for the literature review, right? So why we are conducting a literature review to identify the gaps, to identify the trends, to have idea regarding to have a current idea regarding the research topic, or else to have a current status of the research topic, identify the methodology, to avoid the repetition, and then lastly to access or else to ensure the researchability of your research topic. Right. Functions of the critical literature review. Now we are going to move at the literature review. Right. So what are the functions? So what are the steps? So what is the first step? You have to idea regarding the broader research area, right? Observation on the broader research area. Already we have identified it, right? Broader research area. So preliminary data gathering, you need to just have idea regarding by reading 2, 3 articles, by referring the literature, by referring the internet, and you have a preliminary idea. So then exactly based on the preliminary idea, based on the managerial problem, you maybe have the chance to develop the research problem, develop up to some extent, not the entire part, right? So then you can identify the literature review. Once you confirm your research problem up to 50%, so then while you are doing the literature review, you maybe have the chance to complete or else fully complete, 100% complete your research problem. So then based on the research, based on the previous findings or else based on the literature review, definitely you may be having the chance to identify yes, develop your hypothesis, to identify the research design and the way how they have collected the data collection, data analysis, how they interpret it. So what are the what are the research approaches they have identified? Is it an inductive way? Is it a deductive way? If it is a deductive, how they have created the hypothesis? If it is an inductive, how they are going to conduct this research? If it is a inductive, are they going to collect the data from the entire population, or is are they using any sample size? Likewise, you maybe have the chance to identify these hypotheses, research design, data collection, and the samples and etc. That means what this is called, you may be having the chance to identify the methodology, right? Methodology. 6, 7, 8, 9, 9B methodology. Exactly, I didn't explain what you mean by the conceptual framework. Conceptual framework. So that is also derived from based on your research literature review. Exactly. So ultimate objective of doing this literature review is developing the conceptual framework, or else come up with the conceptual framework, or else if it is a quantitative one, we are calling it as a conceptual framework. If it is a qualitative, we are calling it as a conceptual diagram or else analytical framework, right? So therefore one of the main component through the literature review is deriving the conceptual framework or else analytical framework, and then to develop your hypothesis, right? So then conceptual framework in the sense graphically present how you are going to do your research. So what are the independent variable in the left hand side and what are the dependent variable in the right hand side, and likewise don't worry when it's come to the fifth lesson, so we are going to identify the under the operationalization and conceptualization we'll identify how you can draw the conceptual framework and the analytical framework for your studies. And then but regarding the hypothesis plus the conceptual framework to develop these two things, hypothesis as well as the conceptual framework. Definitely you should have a clear idea regarding your variables, right? So what is my independent variable, what is my dependent variable? Under the independent variable, am I having lot of independent variable? For example, if we take the if we take the investor behavior, what are the factors affecting for the investor? Let's take share prices volatility. Right, share prices volatility. Factors affecting for the share prices volatility of the PLC companies in Sri Lanka. Right, what are the factors affecting for the share prices volatility? It may be divided into mainly two factors, right? Internal factors and the external factors, right? So sometime to identify or to increase or decrease the share prices may be impacted by the company own factors. What may be the company own factors? Profitability, right? So they are growth, profitability, their growth, their technologies definitely may be impacting for the share prices volatility. So therefore, one of the independent variable under the for this research is internal factors or else firm oriented factors. Sometime under that one also we are having another sub variables, right? Under the internal factors or else under the organizational specific factors we have growth, we have uh, yes, we have growth as well as what is the other thing? Growth and then the technology and then the profitability. Right, so those are the sub points. Another variable, major independent variable impacting for the share prices volatility is which one? Yes, the external factors. What are the external factors? What may be the external factors? Economic factors, right? Inflation rate. Sometime it may be inflation rate, right? So what is political factors, right? What those are external factors. Under the external factors also, we have the three variables or else two variables, inflation rate, interest rate, and the political factor. So then under the external variable, you have three ways of variables, political, interest, and the other thing, unemployment or else whatever the thing. So that means you should have, so altogether how many variables are impacting for this share prices volatility? Basically two, internal and external. Under that one, internal 3, external 3. That means altogether how many variables? 6 variables are impacting for the share prices volatility. So that means you have how many independent variables? 6 independent variables. So this is called as identifying your variables. You should have a clear understanding regarding your variable, right? So how you can gain it? Through the literature review. Through the literature review, you need to identify when you are reading the past research. Definitely, you may be having the chance to identify clearly what are the variables. So, what are the variables they use? So, accordingly, what are the variables I can use for the same research? You can change those things and you can come up with the methodological or else you can come up with the research gap, right? Research gap. You can create the research gap by changing those variables. So therefore, before moving to the development of hypothesis plus the conceptual framework or its analytical framework, you should have a clear idea regarding the variables which will be derived from the critical literature review. ඔයාලට පුතේ ඔයාලගේ hypothesis හදන්න හරි එහෙම නැත්නම් testable statements හදන්න හරි එහෙම නැත්නම් conceptual framework එක diagram එකට යන්න හරි ඔයාලට අනිවාර්යෙන් ඕන variables ගැන awareness එකක්. හොඳ අයිඩියා එකක් ඕන ඔයා මොනවද ස්ටඩි කරන variables කියන එක. ඒ variables කියන දේ identify කරගන්න පුළුවන් වෙන්නේ කාගෙන්ද? literature review කියන chapter එක හරියට කළොත් තමයි ඔයාලට identify කරගන්න වෙන්නේ මේ variables මොනවද? What are the variables that I'm going to use for my research? Right. So this is the process of the literature review. Any unclear point from here? Yes, you can ask the question. So then once you identify the methodology and once you identify or else once you draw and develop the hypothesis, so you can come up with the report writing, report presentation and the managerial decision making. Yes. Any unclear points here? Okay. Hope it is clear to you. Right. So then methodology for the literature review. How you can start your literature review? What are the steps? Right. So what are the steps? The first thing you have to determine your so this is the process of the literature review as function of the critical literature review. And so how now we are going to start the literature review, right? Starting the literature review. That means this part, right? The red color one. We are going to identify the step for the critical literature review. So this is the entire process. Right. So then identify how you can start the reading of the past data or else how you can read the previous findings. The first thing, what is the first thing? Yes? What is the first thing? Determine your research topic and its component by asking a question. The first thing, Putha, you need to clear you should not have a clear idea regarding your research variable. At least you may be having the chance, or else you should have a basic idea regarding what you are going to study, your main area. All right. If it is let's take the dividend policy and the firm value. What is your main area? Dividend policy, dividend research. So that is your main research area. If you are going to identify the financial literacy and the savings behavior. What is your main area? Financial literacy and the savings behavior. If your research is regarding the what is the impact or is the impact of financial literacy or as accounting literacy on the savings behavior of the CSC investors, right? Savings behavior colon with special reference to the investors in the Colombo Stock Exchange, right? So what is your main area? You are going to identify the financial literacy and the savings behavior. So that idea should have with you before moving to the literature review. Right. So then determine your research topic by identifying the problem. You are developing the research topics and then based on the research topic, you may be able to identify the components of it. How many components? Three components. Last week we identified you should have an independent, you should have a DV, and then you should have a sample for your research topic. Regarding this, you may be able to you should identify these three areas, these three components before starting your literature review. So what is dependent, what is IV, and what is my sample size? Right. So then next one is you have to search, right? Locate the literature related to you topic and to identify the gaps that can be addressed. So that means you have to search it. You have to start the searching process. In the lesson number 2, we have identified what are the individual sources or else what are the websites that you can refer to find the literature or else find the past research papers, right? So then you have to, once you downloaded the article or else once you are going to read the hard copy, once you have identified the hard copy, you start the reading, right? So I will tell you what are the chapters you need to read once we downloaded the practical research articles after this part under the activity, right? So I will show you what are the components you need to read. Don't read the entire research article. If you read the entire research article, it will be a mess to you. So for your level, you can't read it. You have the chance, but don't read it. If you read it entire research article at the end of the fifth week, definitely it is terrible. Why? You can't get the idea if you are going to read the discussion part. So it includes lot of statistical techniques. You can't understand. So they might happen. You are reluctant to do the research, neither. You can't, you don't have idea, but you read it. So that means, oh my God, neither. What happened? I can't do this kind of research. This is a little bit hard, likewise. So therefore, you have to read some components. Don't read the entire components of the research article. So once you read this article, so you have to analyze it, right? So analyze in the sense, is it giving a relevant finding for me? If you are reading the financial literacy research article, but it is regarding the accounting literacy, so if we identify it in deeper context, so the financial literacy and the accounting literacy are two different contexts, right? So there is a difference. Financial literacy in the sense having a financial idea, accounting literacy in the sense having the idea regarding the double entries and other things. So you have to identify whether these findings is relevant for my study, relevant for my research topic. Once you start the reading, then you can identify whether it is relevant or else not relevant. So therefore, by reading, you need to analyze it, whether it is relevant for my study. Right. So then once you read it, once you analyze it, you have to evaluate it. Right. Evaluate in the sense determine how the article relevant to your research and the what are the key findings, right? Evaluate. Once you analyze it whether it is relevant or else not relevant, evaluate what kind of things I can extract it from this research, right? If it is relevant, what kind of things I can extract it, what are the similar things, evaluation, whether it is whether the research findings are key, whether the key research findings are important me, what kind of findings they are giving to us, right? Likewise, evaluation should be there. So once you evaluate, as the last step, you have to start the literature review. Writing the literature review chapter, we are calling it as a synthesis. Write about the key findings and how it is relevant to your study, right? So that means synthesis, writing the literature review chapter. Okay. The first thing, identify the main components in your research topic. The second thing, you have to, based on, once you identify the main components, you have to start the searching process. So that then once you identify the research article, you need to read it and not the entire part, the important components. So then you have to analyze whether whether this article is relevant for my study or it's not relevant. So then find evaluation. So what kind of areas I can extract it from if it is relevant, what kind of areas I can extract it from this research, and so what are the key findings. Once you identify the key findings, once you identify the similar components, you have to write about that specific research article. So you have to summarize it. So there is, whereas it come in under the empirical literature review. Right. Next one. Okay. Now you know what are the steps to be carried out in your literature review. To start literature review, what are the steps? You know it, right? Identify the components and ended up with the writing the writing regarding, or else make it summarize the respective research article. Right? Now how you can find the similar findings, right? So what are the methods? We have already identified these kind of areas in the process, in the research process under the second lesson, right? So what are the sources that you can refer to identify the similar findings or as to identify the research articles in your research area, right? So what are the methods? Exactly, you may be having the chance to identify the similar findings or else identify the to have an idea. You can read textbooks, right, or else books. If it is a corporate governance research, you maybe have the chance to read the corporate governance research book or else corporate governance base book, right? So if it is accounting practices or its accounting practices regarding the accountants, chartered accountants, you all are becoming the future chartered accountants. So then, so what is the, if it is regarding the ethics of the accountants, ethics of the chartered accountants, what is the base uh, book you need to refer? Tell me, what is it? Yes? If it is regarding the ethics of the chartered accountants or its ethics of the accountant, what is the base research or its base book you need to refer?
Sri
Yes?
Lanka Code of Ethics.
Exactly. Very good name. Future chartered accountant. What is it? Code of ethics, ne? The code of ethics. So then, likewise, you have to identify. If you are going to do a research, you need to identify the basic concept in your research area. And so therefore, to in any way to have an idea to have a basic idea regarding your research area, you can refer the books. Refer the books. So then next one, journal. Right? So journals in the sense, what do you mean by journal? It's a booklet or a published booklet, including which is based on the research theme, developed on the research theme, and it includes the several what things? Journal articles. No, the several journal articles. It's a booklet including a several journal articles with based on the specific theme. So therefore, you once we are going to the internet and download the research article, exactly you need to check the quality of the journal. It gives us a lot of publications, right? Lot of journal articles. Once you identify research articles through the Google Scholar, it may be through the elsewhere, Emerald Publishing Sage, whatever the thing research get, you have to identify what is the journal belongs to this research articles. Exactly, it may be very important. So there are some predatory journals also, right? Predatory journals. So therefore, you don't need to refer the predatory journals. If you are referring the predatory journal in the sense exactly, it may created to a huge mess, right? හොරටත් අපි journals හදලා journal articles publish කරන තැන් තියෙනවා පුතා. ඒ නිසා you need to very much concern on the originality of the journal. So then thesis, right? That means dissertation. You can refer the dissertation if you want to have an idea regarding your research topic. We have lot of dissertation based on your seniors findings, based on the seniors research findings. You maybe have the chance to access those things. You need to inform me. So then I will give the chance to I will give the chance to refer those kind of theses, right? That means dissertation. Conference proceedings, exactly, conference proceedings. So there may be hard copies as well as the online copies. In our context also, we have the SAB-SRC 2023 plus 2024 published as well as that means online copies we have. You can go to the internet and refer it in the where we have it charted website, right? CA website, under the CA website. Okay, we'll try on it. CA Sri Lanka SEP campus. Yeah. SAP Campus, SAP SRC. 2022 Research Colloquium, Research not proceeding, it's abstract book. You can click on here and view the e-version of abstract book. Anyway, a good research are there. So then 2023 also, last year. So we launched the abstract book in the online platform, or else e-version was there. So then you can scan the QR code and have an idea regarding your seniors dissertation. Exactly, there are trending research topic. So next one, this year also, I don't know whether it is available. Last Thursday we have conducted it. Uh, so not yet. That has been started. It's uploaded yet. So then I will ask the IT team to upload it. Anyway, you can have the idea regarding the trending research topic. It's there, no? Oh, no, it's not that. It's a sample. So then you can have idea regarding the research topic by referring our undergraduates finding also. Anyway, this is the way how you can access for the proceedings, right? Conference proceedings or else abstract books. Right. So there are some unpublished manuscripts. So that means some of the researchers are still doing in the process of developing research. So therefore, you can have if you are reading, if you have that kind of research friends, so then you can read that kind of manuscript, unpublished manuscript. So then reports, central bank report. Unfortunately, I hope central bank report is not uploaded from 2020 or else 21 onwards. Instead of that, the entire central bank report, now they are publishing the chapter wise. So then if you want, you can go to the central bank website and they have a idea or else have a e-version for the finance and the other chapters. So මට මතක විදිහට එයාලා කිව්ව 2021 පස්සේ නෑ කියලා. Anyway පුතා, you can go to the central bank website and have idea regarding, especially you want finance and the other sectors, to have an idea regarding the finance and other sectors. So there are some chapters available in the website also regarding their central bank report. So anyway, entire report is not going to be published from the 2020 or else 2021 onwards. Instead of that one, they are publishing the chapters. Anyway, you can have the idea regarding your research topic. You can have the current status of Sri Lanka by reporting by identifying the central bank report highlights. So then newspapers, Daily Mirror, whatever the newspapers, Sunday Observers, and likewise you can have idea regarding your research topic by referring the newspapers too. And then exactly internet. So there are a lot of AI generated AI generated websites are there, ChatGPT or else Bartlett, whatever the AI methods. Exactly, they are helping you to develop the literature review, but you can't do it with the literature review because why? So they are the provided citations are raw. The thing is that, so if you generate the literature review by exact thing, no, you can type your research topic and have the give them to command for the developer literature review, but their citations are totally wrong. If you cross check with the citations, so they don't have so we don't have that kind of citation. So therefore, but there are some ways how you can come up with the proper citations. Anyway, if you are referring the AI to, you can refer the AI tools, no worries. But if you are referring it, what you need to take is you get the core and you get the core from that one and you develop it your own, right? So otherwise you don't ask the AI or else whatever the AI tool, ChatGPT, to generate the literature review. If it is so, you are come up with a huge mess because it is totally wrong with the citations. Right. So these are the some of data sources that you can refer to have a same research article in your research area. Right. So then exactly as I told you previously, if normally out of these things, most of the researchers are referring the journals and then conference proceedings, right? Journals and the conference proceedings. So then if it is a journal wise, if it is a journal reference, you have to identify whether it is a ranked journal, right? Globally accepted journal. So therefore, we have a journal list, right? Globally accepted journal list. So these are the sum of sources, right? A, B, D, C. So that means ABDC as well as the ABS and the SSI is the they are publishing the annual wise, they are publishing what are the good research or else what are the globally accepted research journals. So then by referring those things you can by you can go to this journal list, right? So this is a one list, so this is a separate list. And SSI in the sense social science citation index, right? Social science citation index. So this is a one list, right? So it includes lot of journals which gives us the what are the globally accepted list, globally accepted journal list. So then first one ABDC journal. So that means Australian Business Deans Council, yes, Deans Councils. Right, so that is the one list. Again, it having a lot of lot of research journals, which gives us the globally accepted wise. So then the ABS in the sense, Association of Business, Association of a Business School. As I remember, Association of a Business School journalist. So again, it also gives us the global, what are the globally accepted journal list. Journal in the sense, if I come the Sri Lankan context, so it's like a, some total of the, it's like a newspaper, right? So this list gives us, so what are the accepted newspapers in your manner, right? So if it is a journal, sometime it may be hard to identify, no, hard to, or it may be difficult to identify because the name journal is new to you, right? So then ABDC in the sense, in your version, what are the accepted newspapers? Not newspapers, actually it's a journal, right? So therefore, you can go to this journal list and then you can refer what are the accepted journals. So then based on that journals, according to the accounting or else finance or else management disciplines, you can go to that journal and refer the journal articles, right? So there are some, meanwhile, so there are some predatory journals also. Predatory journals in the sense, අපි කියන හොර journals කියලා නේ. So that you can publish the predatory journals, right? So why? As if you want to publish the, so internet in the sense it giving access to all of the users. So therefore, if there are some researchers, so they can publish the predatory journals, so they're not up to the standard, right? So how you can identify whether your journal is predatory journal, you can click on these two links and have idea regarding, you go to the two links and type your journal, whether then it gives us whether it is whether your journal is predatory one or else no, right? So therefore you can search on that one, you can search on these two also to identify the predatory journals. Okay, we'll identify uh, sorry. Okay, I have already uploaded two ranking list, right? Two ranking list. The first one is ABDC ranking list, and then the Scoopers journal list, that means Social Science Citation Index. So then you can click on here. Excel sheet already uploaded, Putha. Can you see the slides? Is it visible to you? Sorry. Yes, no? Okay. So this is the journal list. How many journals are there? 2689. 89, that means started with A9, no? So that means 2680 journals are there, right? So then you can identify here. So this is the here, if we identify the columns, right? Journal title is there. What is the journal name? So this is the AB. DC, that means Australian Business Dean Schools Journal list. So they are the party, this council, Business Dean Council. So they are publishing according to their criterias. They have criterias according to their criterias in the worldwide, in the Asian context. So what are the good journals? So then this is the first column is regarding the journal title. What is the name of this journal? In Sri Lankan wise, if we take the newspapers, Vijaya, Mihira, whatever the name of this newspaper, likewise, what is the name of this journal, right? So then who is the publisher? Right, so there are some publishers. Springer, likewise, elsewhere, likewise, you have the publishers for this journal. Sometime it may be the Emerald. See, and the ISSN. ISSN in the sense if you are publishing a document, if you are publishing a booklet with the same name during a long time, that means for the last year, this year, and next year, you are getting the ISSN, right? So ISSN in the sense here the ISSN for the physical copies, and here this is the ISSN on the uh, online version. And then here FOR and the ranking, this is the much important. So they are giving us what kind of ranks we can afford based on the quality of this journal, right? How many ranking styles are there? A, B, D, and C, right? So therefore where you can identify what kind of ranking is relevant for my research, my journal, not research, my journal. So he see here, Buddha. So you can identify here by filtering. Is it not available? Filter. I can't do it, no? Okay. Don't worry. See here. So there are a lot of accounting journals, accounting in Europe, accounting in research journals, likewise, lot of research journals relevant for the accounting field. Not only the accounting field, if you are interested in the finance, as well as the other areas, likewise the auditing and taxation, you can identify here. Lot of research journals are available, accepted research journals are available. So once you identify here the one journal, what you can do is, let's do it. See here, accounting and finance. I can't access it. Okay. Accounting and finance. එක වෙන course එකක් නේ. Right. Okay. The publisher is Willy Publishers, Willy Online Library. Yes. So this is the journal, right? Accounting and Finance Journal. You can identify here. So their contribution and their impact factor, and likewise anyway. So these are the sum of call for, see here, call for the papers, right? So call for the papers, special issue on the sustainable finance, exactly very good interested areas, right? So therefore you can have idea regarding trending research topics by referring these kind of journals. See here, Buddha. So these are the articles, most cited and most recent and the most cited articles. Cited in the sense lot of researchers identified, or a lot of researchers have taken these research article for their research. That is what we call citation. Right. So then see, let's try on it. Yes, free to read. You are from the menu and left. Okay, loading, no? So see here. Tap on more cited. Environmental, social, and governance, that means ESG activity and firm performance. A review and consolidation, that means review in the sense does exactly it doesn't have analysis. Anyway, a good article to read. Okay. This is the article published in 2021. Okay, likewise, if you find the best journal here from the list, you can search on that list, right? That means you copy and paste in the internet and type it as add the journal name. So then it gives you the access to the journals. You go to the journal volumes and then refer the trending research topics or else trending research articles. Sometimes, so if you are having the idea regarding sustainability, you check on whether sustainability sustainability research articles are available in under the journal. Likewise, so that is how you need to start your searching for the literature reviews. And then it gives you the quality papers, not the predatory journals, quality papers, quality research articles. Right. Now, the task, you need to download a similar paper to your study. I hope you already come up with the research topics we finalized last week. Not finalized, we have some idea. We discussed up to some extent regarding your research topic. I hope you gain the idea regarding research topics, how to develop the research topics. So this week you need to develop the questions and objectives. Anyway, before moving to the development of questions and objectives, anyway, at least you need to read 2 or 3 articles based on your research area. So therefore, now as I lectured you, you can go to these websites. You don't need to, for the movement as the activity, you don't need to go to the journal list and have idea regarding the you don't need to have idea regarding the what are the generally accepted journals and etc. You go to the internet through these links and then download a quality paper to you, right? Download a best paper to you with best paper suit for your research area. I will lecture you how you can, by looking at the research article, how you can identify whether it is confirming the validity and reliability. Before moving to that part, so next part is identifying the reliability and validity of the research. So therefore, we can't move to the external validity and identifying the internal validity and reliability of the journal paper without having the idea regarding the journal, without downloading a similar paper to your study. So therefore, as the first activity, please download the similar paper to your study. If it is a physical classroom, I will ask you to bring the hard copy. So therefore, so we don't have the chance. So therefore, we'll try to our maximum. Anyway, download. I will give. You can have your break also. It is 9:34 until 9:45. You can download a similar paper while you're having your break and come up with the similar paper, similar research article. So you have already identified 3 research topics. So out of these 3 research topics, select a one research topic and download the similar research paper or a similar research articles similar research article for your study. Okay, you can have a break. Meanwhile, you can download the paper, come up with 9:45.
Excuse me, madam.
Yes, with that.
Madam, මේ ගිය සතියේ මේ ඒ රිසර්ච් ටොපික් එකට මේ මේකක් දුන්නනේ මම කමෙන්ට්ස් ටිකක් දුන්නනේ.
Hmm.
අනිත් එක් දුන්නේ නැති රිසර්ච් ටොපික් වලට මොන හරි කරනවද නැත්නම් මේකට මොකද මම
දැන් ඔයාගේ ටොපික් එක ඩිස්කස් කරේ නැද්ද? නෑනේ.
ඕනේ.
හරි. නැති වුණාට දැන් ඔයාලට අයිඩියා එකක් තියෙනවනේ පුතා කොහොමද රිසර්ච් එක කරන්නේ? මම ඩිස්කස් කරනවා. මම 1 by 1 ඩිස්කස් කරනවා. ඩිස්කස් කරනවා කියලා කියන්නේ මට මැක්සිමම් පුළුවන් විදිහට මම ක්ලාස් එකේ ඩිස්කස් කරනවා. ඔක්කොගෙම මට බලා ගන්න බැරි වෙයි. ඔයාලා ක්‍රවුඩ් එක වැඩි නිසා හැබැයි මට මේ ස්පීක් එකේ බිසි හිටපු නිසා බලන්න බැරුව නැත්තම් මම ඔයාලට පොරොන්දු වුණානේ බලනවා කියලා. මම නෙක්ස්ට් වීක් එකේ අනිවාර්යෙන් 1 by 1 රිවිව් කරලා ඔයාලට කමෙන්ට්ස් දාන්නම්. LMS එකේ අප්ලෝඩ් කරන්නම් කමෙන්ට්ස්. yes, LMS එකේ අප්ලෝඩ් කරන්න කමෙන්ට්ස් ටික. ඔව්.
මේ පේපර් එක ඩවුන්ලෝඩ් කරන්නේ madam සිමිලර් ස්ටඩි
ඔව්.
කියන්නේ ඒරියා ඔෆ් ස්ටඩි නේ. ඒ කියන්නේ අපේ රිසර්ච් එකටම අදාළ වෙන්න ඕනේ නෑනේ.
නෑ. ඔයාගේ රිසර්ච් එකට දැන් අදාළ එකක් වෙන්න අපිට තෝරගන්න බෑ. හැබැයි ඔයා අප්ලෝඩ් කරපු ඩොකියුමන්ට්ස් එකේ තියෙනවනේ පුතා 3 රිසර්ච් ටොපික්ස්. ඉන්නේ 3 රිසර්ච් ටොපික්ස් වලින් ඔයා කැමතිම රිසර්ච් ටොපික් එකට පේපර් එකක් ඩවුන්ලෝඩ් කරගන්න. Google Scholar නම් සර්ච් කරන්න එපා. එක්ක Emerald Insight එහෙම එක්ක නෙමෙයි Emerald Insight සර්ච් කරන්න. එහෙම නැත්නම් Elsewhere සර්ච් කරන්න. එහෙම නැත්නම් ResearchGate සර්ච් කරන්න. ResearchGate සර්ච් කරලා ඔය තුනෙන් එකකින් ඔයාලා කැමතිම රිසර්ච් ටොපික් එකට පේපර් එකක් ඩවුන්ලෝඩ් කරගන්න.
හරි madam. හරි. Thank you.
Okay. Any questions? Okay, we start. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Okay, thank you very much for the feedback. I hope you all download the similar paper to your similar papers to your studies. Yes, we'll ask from one by one. Madhushi. Madhushi Purnima. Purnima.
Yes, miss.
Yes, did you download a paper?
Yes, ma'am. I downloaded a paper.
Okay, could you please share it?
How can I share, miss?
You have the access to share the screen, no?
Mm, I haven't used that option before.
Altaf. Okay. Altaf.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, can you share the screen? Your screen?
No, ma'am, I'm not at home.
You are at home.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll give the chance for the coordinator. Yes, coordinator Timira. Just I want to have an idea regarding what you have downloaded. So that is why I'm asking to share the screen. Timira? Timira absent. Jayasuriya. Jayasuriya, not Jayasuriya, Jayasuriya or Jayavardhan. 17B exemption coordinator. Jayasuriya or Jayavardhan, 17B exemption coordinator.
Yes, madam.
Absent. Yes, could you please share the screen? So you have, I hope you downloaded the similar findings, similar paper, isn't it?
Sorry, madam. What is the
Tim-
exact attachment?
No, no, exact. I didn't mean the exact attachment, but what I want to share is I already asked you to download a similar paper, no? Similar paper to your study. Could you please view it and share it with us? What you have downloaded?
Uh,
I ask you all to download a similar research article from your interested area. Download it. Did you?
yes, madam.
Okay, could you please share the screen? Very good. A profession in transition, actors, task and role in AI-based accounting. Very good. Right, scroll down it, Pudha. What is your good name?
My name is Chaturan.
Chaturana.
Chatur.
Chatura. Okay, Chatura. Scroll down it. What is your interested area?
AI based accounting, ma'am.
AI based accounting. Good. Scroll down. Okay. Good. Right. Okay, Pita, stop sharing. Right. So I hope 17B exemption. Why I didn't. Sorry, that means already the representative done in the sense, representative was coordinated done in the sense. I hope 17B exemption is okay to ready for the next step. Yes, 16 Mochi, Prakash. Prakash, 17B exemption okay. 16 MOH weekend, Prakash. Absent. Anyone from the 16A weekend, MOH, or whatever the weekend? Yes, could you please share the screen what you have down? I want to see what you have downloaded.
Excuse
Yes,
me,
yes,
Miss Isuri,
yes,
can I share my screen with you?
yes, exactly.
I hope my screen is visible to you.
Yes, yes. The research topic is visible.
Oh,
Portfolio activity is visible to us.
the research topic is impact of digital finance literacy on SMEs e-payment adoption in Sri Lanka. And
Exactly, a very good topic.
I have found a similar research article regarding my topic.
Okay, show us the similar findings.
This is the one I downloaded.
Okay. Digital financial management of SME is the impact of financial literacy and the financial technology. Okay, scroll down it. Very recent publication, no?
Yes.
Okay, scroll down it. Yes, questions are there. Good, good. Right. Okay, thank you. What is your good name? Abhishek name?
Anjana.
Anjana, right. Thank you, Anjana. Right. Okay, 16A weekend MOH 16A weekend or 16A MOH okay. 16A MOH weekday. Could you please share screen, anyone? Timira. Timira is absent, no? Nimesh? I remember your names, Pata. Anyone from 16A MOH weekday? No one? Sixteen MOH weekday. Yes, anyone from 16A weekend, 16A MOH weekday? Yes. Nimesha? Nimesha. No one. Okay. So if I'm going to the 5 weeks back, so 16 MOHE weekday, your participation is very low, right? So active participation for the research method subject is very low with compared to the other two badges. So I don't know why. So Timira also absent here. So there definitely you may be in trouble when you are developing the proposals, right? So you have to be actively engaged within the lectures. Otherwise, you can't understand how you can develop the research proposal. Even within the physical classroom also, they can't identify. So because this is practical, total practical, and you have to separate discipline. So therefore, you have to participate for the lectures. I know you are at the lectures, but so even log into the session in the sense you are not actively participate, no, that is I always am inquiring from you whether you have done it or else not done it. Likewise, share the screen and likewise, right? Okay. Anyway, nothing to do. So that is up to you. We'll start. Otherwise, blame is coming to me. Miss didn't help us to develop the research proposal. So that is what you are telling at the end, right? Okay, nothing to do, no. So I can't enforce you, no. Right, okay. So the task is download the similar paper to your study. I hope you already downloaded the similar paper or similar research findings, which is preferable for your selected research topic. Right. Okay. The next concept, keep it with you, right? So the next concept, so we are even once you have downloaded the research paper, so you have to identify, so whether it is a good one, right? Whether it is a trustworthy to read it, right? So it can be measured by the two factors, so the external validity and the reliability, right? Validity and reliability. So now we are going to identify the, or else we are going to check the validity and reliability of the literature, right? Validity and reliability of the literature. So literature review in the sense identifying the past findings or else the range of findings conducted or else range of findings revealed by the researchers regarding your research topic, right? So then what do you mean by validity? What do you mean by validity? Can you all hear me? Sorry. Yes, thank you.
Yes, madam.
Okay, thank you. Validity for the literature review. What do you mean by the validity? Trustworthiness of or else how much is accurate? The accurate level, right? So the what can we by looking at this literature, but looking at this research paper, can we accept this? Can we generalize this? Is this correct? Right? Is this prepared according to the correct manner? Right? Validity. That means how trustworthy the reviewer's conclusions are for the reader. The reviewers in the sense the researcher's conclusion is trustworthy for us, right? Or is trustworthy for the reader, the reference person, right? So it can be, validity can be divided into two, external as well as the internal validity, right? External validity in the sense the ability for the generalizability of findings, right? The ability of the generalizability of the findings to the other research or else to the future research. For example, can you generalize the result population not included in the literature review? If yes, so then the external validity is good. For example, right? So by identifying several factors, we can identify the several factors to confirm the external validity. The first one, sample size, right? How you can make the generalizability based on the sample size. An example, right? some of the, let's take the Anjana. Yes, Anjana has taken his as the research topic. Financial literacy, as I remember, financial literacy and the, what is the other thing, Anjana? Growth of SMEs, isn't it?
E-payment adoption relating to SMEs.
E-payment adaptation on the SMEs, right?
SMEs.
SMEs, thank you. Right. So then, if the base paper is, or else if the past literature paper is regarding the Sri Lanka, but with special reference to the Colombo district, right? He has already shared the screen with us with the downloaded paper. Let's assume the download paper is regarding SMEs in Sri Lanka, but with special reference to the Colombo district. That means sample list for that research is Colombo district SMEs, right? So if the based on by reading that paper, ultimately if you will be able to generalize that findings, right, to the other province in Sri Lanka also, it having the it having the external validity. That means you are going to sorry, that means you are going to change the sample size, right? So previously the Colombo district, or as Colombo province, Colombo district is the sample size. Now what you are going to do is, if you will be able to generalize the findings, or as if you will be able to do the same research for the other district also, it having the external validity, right? So then participants characteristics, another component, another factor that you can confirm the external validity. How? Let's take for the same research topic. He has conducted the SME, he used the SMEs. The literature has taken the accountant's perspective, right? Accountant perspective. That means the participant is accountant, right? So he is going to identify the e-adaptation or else the SMEs, where he is going to weave the accountant's perspective, right? So if we are going to the previous findings, or else the literature gives us the base paper, identified paper gives us the idea regarding the accountants. But if you can conduct the same research, if you can generalize that research to the managers rather than accountants, so what happened? Participants' characteristics has been changed, or else participants has been changed, right? So then that means, what is it? Confirming the external validity, right? So then the study setting. What do you mean by the study setting? We will identify studying settings. We have two study settings, contrived and the non-contrived environment. So then, for example, if he is going to conduct the research, let's take for a hypothetical example, if the researcher, the base paper or his previous findings identified the research regarding the research at the as a experiment, as a lab at the laboratory, right? So then if you can change that environment to the natural environment, and if you can conduct the same study in the environmental concerns or in the natural environment rather than at a laboratory, what is it? You have changed the study setting. So therefore, again, what it is? External validity. ඒ කියන්නේ පුතා ඔයා මේ බලන රිසර්ච් එක තව වෙන කාට හරි කරන්න පුළුවන් නම් තැන වෙනස් කරලා, එහෙම නැත්නම් කැරක්ටර් එක වෙනස් කරලා participants කෙනෙක්, එහෙම නැත්නම් sample එක වෙනස් කරලා, ඒ කියන්නේ their paper is having the external validity, right? So we are calling it as a feasibility, intelligibility, applicability, and generalizability. Same names are reflecting the external validity. Next one, right? Internal validity. Previously, what we have identified the external factors, right? Whether the identified research findings can be generalized to the others, right? External validity. Now the internal validity. Internal validity look at the inside of the study rather than the external factors. That means the methodological quality, whether they have conducted this research in according to the appropriate manner, right? So whether even the research title is regarding the benefits and the challenges of the AI accounting adaptation, right? So that is what the Chamato, I can't remember, Chamar, Jayasundar or S. Jayavardhan, right? So AI accounting, right? AI based accounting. So then the research title is regarding the challenge, identifying challenges and barriers to the AI accounting, AI based accounting. But when it's come to the methodology chapter, right? Methodology uh, chapter or as methodology part, so then you can identify they have run the regression, they have identified a lot of statistical technique which is relevant for the qualitative studies and likewise. So then is it reflecting a good one? No, right? So that means your topic is not in line with the methodology. The topic says one thing, the methodology has been arranged according to the separate thing. So what it is external, sorry, what it is internal validity. So in that sense, what happened? Violation of internal validity, right? That means if you are the reference article should have a good methodology, right? Good methodology. So that means on the other way around, the study in your systematic review and the report the context of different type of biases. So that means when you are doing the research, furthermore, right, methodological quality, removing the bias. What are the bias? What do you mean by the bias? Right? For example, if I want to conduct a research regarding the undergraduates, right? So as a lecturer, if I want to conduct the research regarding the academic quality, right? Academic quality of the lecturers. So what I have done was I collected the data to the I want to inquire the undergraduate. So therefore, since it is easy, I have collected data from the sub-campus undergraduates. You also are undergraduates. So then what happened? So I have taken the sample based on my convenient perspective. Right. So therefore, what it is? It's a bias. It's bias to what? The undergraduates. If I'm not going to reflect all the undergraduate, instead of that one, I'm going to have a discussion or else have an idea from the SAP campus undergraduate since it is a very convenient to me. So what it is? A bias. So that kind of things should be avoided when when the respective researcher is doing their methodology. If you find that kind of things in your referred article, remove those kind of research articles. So therefore, why? It doesn't have an internal validity. External validity and the internal validity. External, what do you mean by the external validity? In the sense, the reference article should have the possibility to convert their findings to the general public or else to the other findings to other research, and then internal validity in the sense the identified research paper should have a good methodology by avoiding the different type of bias, right? By avoiding the different type of bias. That means internal validity in the sense finding the internal quality of the paper, whereas external validity in the sense finding the ability of generalizability of the results to the other new research. Right. So then next one, reliability. Right, reliability. What do you mean by reliability? Is that article is reliable one? Right. So how you can check the reliability? So by asking these kind of questions, whether it is peer-reviewed journal. Now what we are going to do? We are going to evaluate our literature. Right. We are going to evaluate literature. That means especially the journal as well as the journal articles. Right. Internal validity and external validity identified. Now we are going to identify the reliability, right? When we are inquiring about the reliability of this identified article, right? So you can first ask the question whether it is peer-reviewed journal, right? So whether this article is included in the peer-reviewed journal article, right? Peer-reviewed journal. So that what do you mean by the peer-reviewed? Who are the peers? Your subordinators, no? So then that means, what do you mean by the peer-reviewed article? When we are publishing a journal, it has a process, right? So what is the process? So there is an editorial committee, right? So within this editorial committee, so there is a chief editor, right? Chief editor, once you send your publish or else your journal, your article to the journal editorial committee through a email, whatever the platform. So once they receive the journal article, so they are sending this article for the professors or else doctors, two doctors, or sometime it may be three doctors or professors. So then they are getting, the editorial committee is getting the responses from these professors on this research topic, research article, right? So they will give us whether they are a correction, whether they are a major correction, whether they are a minor correction, and whether we can accept this for our journal or else we can't accept this kind of a journal, what are the improvements, and likewise the peers are sending the review feedback for the editorial committee. Once the editorial committee received these feedbacks, so their editorial committee communicate the feedbacks to the researcher. Okay, so your paper is having this kind of errors, this kind of amendments. You do it and send us. Right, so then researcher, the applicant should again review the paper and revise the comments. Right, so amend the comments. So once the researcher amend the comments, again he need to send his revised paper to the editorial committee, journal editorial committee. Again, the journal editorial committee send this article to the reviewers. Right, so they are asking whether the presenter, whether the prospective researcher has correctly amended the review comments. Okay, once the professors or else doctors review committee confirm, okay, this respective applicant has already correctly done this research, done these amendments to the editorial boards, the editorial board confirm the participant, okay, your paper is accepted. So what is it called? Peer reviewed, right? So therefore, when you are selecting the article, when you are selecting the journal article, it should be extracted from the journal which is peer reviewed. Peer reviewed. All of the journal editorial committee, so they have the peer review committee. We are calling it as editor. The ones, all of the journals, they have the editorial committee, editor in chief and the reviewers and etc. If the reviewers are if they are reviewing process is blindly reviewed by two reviewers, we are calling it as a peer review. So they are not going to, the respective professors and doctors are not going to give the comments by collectively, they are individually giving their comments. So therefore, we are calling this process as the blind review process. Right. Okay, so that is the one thing. So the other thing, so you have to find the impact factor of the journal. As I explained you previously with the Excel sheet, so as we already identify A, B, C, D journal rank, right? Likewise, every journal is having an impact factor which is determined by the several classifications under some councils and other things. So if the impact factor is good, that means approximately more than 2 or else 1, 3, it is good. We can accept the respective journal is good one, right? So there are some criteria, in deep criteria also, right? So then we can identify another thing. If we are going to identify that journal, right? I hope it's remembered to you, or else you can recall that one. Once we identify the journal accounting and finance, under that one special issue, right? Special issue was there, special issue with the theme. Right, that means when the editorial committee of this research journal publishing their articles with the theme, the papers journal article should be in line with the theme. The theme is regarding the data analytics, but the included journal articles are regarding corporate governance, working capital management, and etc. That doesn't identify, it not confirming whether it is a good one, whether it is a good research article or else no. So then importance of the book or article in terms of citation, very important, right? Okay, we'll go to that one. Last one, no? we have taken accounting. Journal of Accounting. It was there, no? Okay, we'll type it as see here. I hope you all can see the screen if you are downloading the papers from the respective journal. So this is a journal of the business, finance and accounting. So this is a journal, right? So online publication. You can see here journal metrics. See here. So this is a well accepted journal according to the ABDC journal, right? So then according to the ABDC list, journal list. Under the journal metrics, right? Journal metrics, you can identify here the 2023 citation score and here journal impact factor, right? Journal impact factor to 2023, the journal impact factor is 2.2. That means which is more than the average value 1 or as 1. So therefore, it is a good research journal. So therefore, you can refer that kind of journal for your to download the research article, right? So then that is a one thing, how you can identify the reliability of a journal by identifying the impact factor, right? Next one. Next one, the citation, right? See here, most cited, right? That means if you download this one, so this research article has been cited by a lot of researchers in their research. So that means a good one, right? So if there is a citation, if the citations are high in the sense, exactly it may be the quality paper. Why? So that is why most of the researchers are referring it because of the quality of that paper. So therefore, if it is a most cited research article, it has some kind of reliability. Why all are referring it? Because of the trustworthiness or else the reliability of the respective journal article. Right, it doesn't have the open access, whereas it let's take. Okay, PDF is available. You can click on that one also. Right. We'll go to the identification. Sorry. With that one, we'll go to the identification of colleague. So far, index factor or as impact factor, and then the peer reviewed, and then the cited article citations, all can be tested through for the journal, right? Now we are moving towards, once you confirm whether my journal is good one, you can download the paper from that journal, right, which is relevant for your study. ඉස්සෙල්ලාම බලන්න පුතා journal එක හොඳයිද කියලා. අපි process එක තමයි ඒක. අපි බලන්න ඉස්සෙල්ලාම අපිට හොඳ journal එකක් අපි හොයාගන්න ඕනේ. අපි ඒ journal එකේ අපි හොඳයිද කියලා බලාගන්න ගන්න factors තමයි impact factors නේද? Impact factor of the journal, and then the other one, the citation for the journal, if there are a lot of citation for the journal, and then next one is what is the other thing, if it is a peer review journal. So those are the three criteria where you have the chance to access or else to confirm whether this journal is good one. So once you selected once you confirm that whether the journal is a good one, you can download a journal article from that journal. ඔයා ජර්නල් එක හොඳයි කියලා බලාගත්තට පස්සේ ඔයාට ඒ ජර්නල් එකෙන් ඔයාගේ රිලෙවන්ට් ඒරියා එකට අනුව තෝරගන්න පුළුවන් journal article එක. Now we are going towards the identifying the journal with the goodness of the journal article. I hope so you all have downloaded the research article or else journal article from the whatever the online platform. If it is not, you can refer your LMS. I have already uploaded 4 documents or else 4 research articles which you can refer later on. Right. So let's take the first one and you can weave your own article and check whether it is a good paper or else not a quality paper, not a quality paper. Right. So then what you can do, first thing, right? What is the first one? You can check the journal name. So this is an article. Normally, if you type your research title on the internet, it gives us not the journal, it gives us the journal article. ඔයාලපුතේ research title එකක් search කරොත් internet එකේ ඔයාලට දැන් හම්බ වෙන්නේ නැහැ journal එක. ඔයාලට හම්බ වෙන්නේ journal එකක publish වුණ journal articles. So now we have weaved and that sort of research journal articles, right? What is the topic here? Effect of the social, environmental, blah, 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 right? So this is the research topic, right? So the first thing, you have downloaded the article, no? So this is relevant for the research which is published on the journal. Now you can find the journal here. From where you can find the journal? If it is a Emerald Insight paper, exactly you can see here. Okay, see here. Yes. This is the journal name. Who is the publisher? Emerald Insight or else Emerald in the sense. So they are the publisher. So they have the access for the lot of journals. So therefore, so they are publishing or else they have the journal publications. Meanwhile, they are giving the access to the researchers to download the journal articles which is published on some journal. So regarding this journal article, research article, so what is the research journal? Mediatory accounting research. So what is the volume? Volume number 28, number 6, 2020, right? So this is the research article. So then what you can do? You can copy it and check where you go to the ABDC journal list, check whether this journal is accepted one or else no. So that is the first thing. අපි අනිත් පැත්තනේ කතා කරේ. අපි කතා කරේ ජර්නල් එක බලනවා, ජර්නල් එකේ ආටිකල් එකක් තෝරගන්නවා කියන එක. That is the correct path. Right? First you need to select the journal and then you need to select the journal article which is published in the journal. But now what you have done was you have downloaded a paper. Now you are doing the other way round. අපි download කරගත්ත paper එකක් දැන් අපි මොකද කරන්න යන්නේ? paper අපිට journal ඔයාලා සාමාන්‍යයෙන් ඒ process එකේට යන්නේ නැහැ. ඔයාලා journal එකක් හොයාගෙන ඒකේ හොඳ papers හොයාගෙන process එකේ හරි inline වෙන්නේ නැති හින්දා ඔයාලා මොකද download කරගන්න සාමාන්‍යයෙන් journal article එකක් download කරගන්නවා පුතා. එතන මේ journal article එක බලන්න ඕනේ හොඳ journal එකක publish වෙලා තියෙනවද කියන එක. එහෙම නැත්නම් කියවන්න එපා. වැඩක් නැහැ. බොරු දෙයක් ඔයා කියවන්නේ. Right? So therefore, so actually it is entirely it's a review, right? So we are in the process. We are in the clear process. So you are using the simplified process also, but this is the actual process, right? If you have already downloaded the article from the internet, you check first the journal quality. Right, journal quality, how you can check it, whether it is listed in the Scopus or else ABDC journal list. Scopus plus the ABDC journal. I already uploaded the Excel sheet. You can view the Excel sheet and check whether the journal article is available there. Okay, I copy it and paste. Okay, we'll go to the find. Yes, exactly. See here, right? So then the research is listed in the ABDC. This is the research article. This is the article, the PDF document. At the end of the first page, you can identify the journal name of the article, right? So I copy the journal name and paste it in the Excel sheet where the ABDC journal list. So then it gives us, okay, this is a good research journal. Publisher is the Emerald publisher. So then it has a online plus the physical ISSN. So then the journal rank is A, right? A plus A, and then B and B plus. So also there as I remember, and C, right? So then, so this is the research journal which is having the not impact fact, which is having the list according to the A rank journal. So the rank is A. That means good journal. That means better to read. No, now you can start the reading. Before moving to the reading, the second one, again you can check if the journal is not included. So meanwhile, you can check the you can check the DOI also. DOI in the sense it is the link for, if you click on the link, definitely you maybe don't need to go for the Emerald Insight. It directly gives us the clear path for the research article, DOI. You should have a DOI also in your selected research paper. Next one. First thing, DOI plus the journal quality, right? If you at the physical class, I ask you to download this one and you need to highlight those things, right? I will share the hard copies and ask you to highlight. Unfortunately, I can't, therefore, please highlight those things. If you have downloaded it or else make the note, you need to first you need to first check the quality of journal, right? Quality of journal and check whether the DOI is available, right? Next point. You can second thing is you can check the publishers or else the research publishers quality, right? So see here, so the respective researcher is a member from the Department of Economics and the University of Gennaro, right? So that means, and the second one, Department of Economics and the Management, right? So that means both are from the Italy university. So that means exactly you can identify. So they are coming from the economics and management department, which is having a good status, right? So otherwise, if they don't have the designations, so what happened? So you can identify they don't have that kind of idea regarding the respective publishers, or as the researchers don't have any idea regarding the don't have any academic background. If it is having an academic background and if their designation is good, you can have some sort of idea regarding, okay, this is little bit good. So therefore, checking the designation of the publishers or as the researchers is actually important. Another thing, right? Third one, you can check the accepted date as well as the received date. Very much important, right? So this is how you can click at a one point whether it is a predatory or else the quality paper. If it is accepted, see here, Buddha, right? So first one, the paper received. Paper received on 25th March 2019, right? So, but what happened? Based on the review committee, so they revised it, right? So they revised it 25th September. How many months? March, April, May, June, July, September, April, May. April, May, July, June, July, August, September. Approximately 6 or 5 months. That means, so they have taken a good period. 39. Wait. Okay, right. So that means, so they have taken 5 months or 6 months to revise this paper. What happened? Once they received the copy, so again they revised it. Furthermore, until the 23rd January 2020. Again review process. Even the researcher amend the comments, again the review board or else editorial board asked to do some amendments again until the 23rd January 2020. So then they have accepted for the publication purpose on 30th March 2020. That means how many months they have taken for this review process? How many months? Approximately 1 year. Actually, it's a good. Why? So they are reviewing. Once the researcher sending to the editorial committee, they revised and send it back. Again, the researcher amend the comments and they send the editorial board send the research, respective research to the reviewers, and again giving the comments and amend it. Likewise, so the paper is received on 25th March and they have accepted for the publication purpose on 30th March. That means approximately 1 year revision is there. So therefore, it confirmed a good one. But if it is exactly predatory one, the received journal on 25th March 2019 and accepted on 25th April 2020. That means if it is a predatory journal, so they are not going to have a long time period for the revision. Once they received it, they accept it. So they received the 25th and 26th, they have accepted the journal. If they have received the 25th again within 2 months they have accepted to publish. That means it's not a good paper. At least there should be 5-6 months in between this received and the accepted journal, right? So at least more than 6, right? Or else more than 3 months to 6 months, right? Otherwise, once they received and once they accepted for the publication, it's a predatory journal exactly. So therefore, I am recommending you to download the papers from the Emerald Insight and elsewhere. Why? So they are normally giving us the quality papers rather than the elsewhere, Emerald Insight, SSRN. So those are good. The Google Scholar, in the sense, that is not a publisher. So Google Scholar is not a publisher, right? So the Google Scholar is the research website where they are giving the platform to publish the researchers or else researchers findings to the outsiders throughout the internet platform. So they are not the publishers. So therefore publishers, in the sense, Willy and the Emerald Insight, SSRN, so all of them are publishers. Right. Okay. So next one. Already we identified the journal quality and then the researcher's designation and the DOI and then the revised and accepted date. Okay. Meanwhile, right? Meanwhile, you can check while you are going through this journal, while you are going through this journal article, literature review, right? So literature review or else the research articles may having a three types, right? So 3 types. What are the 3 types? Some of the research articles, so those are systematic reviews, right? Literature review or a systematic review. We are calling them as a systematic review papers. You can read the systematic review papers. Why? Systematic review papers, in the sense, it doesn't have a methodology until first chapter and the second chapter. Some of the systematic reviews, so they are using some techniques specially, but they don't have the methodology, special methodology, in the sense, they are not going to inquire about this sample population. Likewise, why? systematic literature review in the sense they are identifying what are the similar findings regarding the research topic. That means literature review. ඒක පුතේ methodology එකක් ඒ papers වල නැහැ. ඒගොල්ලෝ research එක කරපු දෙයක් කියන්නේ නැහැ. ඒගොල්ලෝ කියන්නේ මෙන්න මේ research topic එකෙන් මෙන්න මේවා තමයි identify කරගෙන තියෙන trending areas. කලින් කරලා තියෙන research මේවා තමයි කියලා ඒගොල්ලෝ දෙන්නේ මොකද්ද? Comprehensive idea regarding the research topic. So they are not going to conduct the literature. They are not going to conduct the research. They are just giving us the what are the similar findings regarding this research topic. So we are calling it as a systematic review papers. Some of the systematic review papers are there. You can read the systematic review papers to have an idea regarding the research topic, only just topics, right? Trending areas, but you can never gain an idea regarding the methodology, how they have conducted that research by reviewing the systematic review. Why? So it identified the similar findings regarding the research topic. It is not a research, it's a review. Right? So next one, empirical literature review, right? Empirical research article. So this is an empirical study. See here, you can definitely identify here the results, right? Methodology is there, results is there, and then exactly there should be a, yes, sensitive analysis there, and there should be discussion also. Discussion and the conclusion. See here, discussion and the conclusion. Right? So this is an empirical study. If it is an empirical study, it identifies the entire process, right? It identifies the entire process which is belongs to the research, right? That means identifying the introduction is there, literature review is there, and then the results are there, discussions are there, conclusion are there, future directions are there. Likewise, this is the process now. You have to identify you need to write the literature review, you need to write the introduction, and so on. If it is an empirical study, exactly there are at least 6 or 7 chapters, right? 6 or 7 chapters, including the introduction to the conclusion, right? So therefore, second paper type is empirical papers, right? Empirical study papers. The first one is review, systematic reviews. The second one is empirical papers. The third one is theoretical or else conceptual framework, conceptual papers. So there are some studies. So those studies are not going to include the data set, but they are focusing on the concept, right? Theories, explain and describe some phenomena. Okay, so these are the sum of concepts. So these are the scenarios that will be occurred in future under this research. Likewise, again, it doesn't have a good methodology, right? So therefore, so these are the 3 type of papers, right? So these are the 3 type of papers. When you are going to sorry, when you are reading the papers, you can read the 3 papers, but for basing your research, you can't only take the empirical studies. පුතේ ඔයාලා ලිටරචර් රිවිව් කියවනකොට එහෙම නැත්නම් papers කියනකොට ඔයාලට papers types 3ක් හම්බ වෙනවා. එකක් තමයි empirical study එකක්. ඒ කියන්නේ research එකක්ම තමයි ඒක. research එකකින් ලියවුණු paper එකක්. ඒක empirical study paper එක. එහෙම නැත්නම් සමහර papers තියෙනවා review papers. review paper එකක් කියලා කියන්නේ ඒගොල්ලෝ research එකක් කරන්නේ නැහැ. ඒගොල්ලෝ කියනවා මෙන්න මේ research topic එකකින් මෙන්න මෙයා මේ විදිහට කරලා තියෙන උදාහරණයක් විදිහට sustainability. Review paper on the sustainability in the sense it identifies the relationship between sustainability and the firm financial performance. Again, it identifies the sustainability and audit quality, sustainability and financial reporting quality. මෙන්න මේ වගේ ඒගොල්ලෝ review කරනවා. අතීතයේ past කියන්නේ අතීතයේ මෙන්න මේ විදිහට තමයි මෙන්න මේ sustainability කියන concept එකෙන් research කරලා තියෙන්නේ. It called as the review paper, right? Systematic reviews. Right? The other one is theoretical or else conceptual papers, right? Theoretical or conceptual papers in here. So they are elaborating the concepts. එයාලා කියනවා concept එක ගැන. Dividend policy කියන අපි sustainability මගමු sustainability කියලා කියන්නේ මෙන්න මේක definition එකක් දෙනවා. Sustainability වලින් research කරන්න පුළුවන් මෙන්න මේ areas කියනවා. Sustainability තව research එක කොහොමද link වෙන්නේ කියලා කියනවා. conceptualization එකක් තමයි එතනදී තියෙන්නේ. ඒතර මේ papers තුනම ඔයාලට කියවන්න පුළුවන්. It's okay. But most probably theoretical and conceptual papers are not giving us a huge value. But normally the systematic reviews, if you have the systematic review, you can gain an idea regarding the past research. හොඳම වැඩේ තමයි සිස්ටමටික් රිවිව් එකක් හොයාගත්තාම කලින් ඔයාගේ ඒරියා එකේ රිසර්ච් කරලා තියෙන ඔක්කොම ඔයාලට හම්බ වෙනවා. Right? එතකොට review paper is a good one to have an idea. But for the base, for your research, you need to exactly have a research paper, empirical research paper. Which kind of a paper? Empirical research paper. Why? It's a empirical paper is based on the full dissertation, full research. It having a 1 to 7 step introduction, literature review, and then the methodology, discussion, results, conclusion. Sometimes it includes the recommendation, also recommendation and future directions. Right. Okay, so these are the ways how you can, the other thing. You can go to these references also. So these are called as references. Right, so these are called as references. If you're going through these references regarding your research topic, sometime your research is regarding the corporate sustainability or else corporate social responsibility, but the references include some of the psychological research and etc. Why? So that means it is not a quality paper, right? The references are regarding something else, but the research is regarding something else. So that means not relevant references. They didn't include non-relevant references. That means it is sometime it may be a predatory research article, right? Predatory research article. So these are the some of ways that you can identify whether it is a quality paper or else not a quality paper. Okay, could you please summarize what I have already discussed with you, how you can identify whether it is a quality paper or else not quality paper? දැන් මම ඔයාලට විදි ගණනාවක් කියලා දුන්නේ කියන්න බලන්න. Yes. Yes.
Check journal names.
First one, check the journal name. Very good. What is the other thing? Yes.
Check DOI number.
Check the DOI.
Exactly, good. DOI, whether your paper is having DOI. What else? Yes, what else?
Check the designation of the publishers.
Exactly.
How the rank is in the journal list.
Exactly, good. What is the rank for the journal? Good. Publishers qualities or else publishers designation. Good. What else? I can't annotate it. No. I can annotate.
Duration.
Exactly. Duration, received date, published date, or is accepted date. Good. What else? What else? Unfortunately, I can't annotate if I see here.
References.
Good. Exactly the quality of references. Good. Right. So if you have the paper with you, please highlight those things, right? Received date and the accepted date, qualifications of or designation of the publishers, and then DOI, journal quality, and the citations. You should have the 6 or 7 chapters for your papers likewise. So these are the sum of things whether you can confirm your paper or else research paper is good one or else no. This is very important, right? So here after these 7 seventh lesson, we need to select the base paper for your research. So therefore, this is very much important. Identifying the factors which should be how you can confirm whether you are identified as whether your selected base paper is a quality one or else not a quality one, right? Okay. Anyway, I already talked with you how you can select a quality paper. Now we are going to analyze it, right? So when you are analyzing it, or else when you are reviewing literature review, the first or else easy method is you download the first paper and you name it, right? Sustainability 1, sustainability 2. Likewise, you need to maintain the good folder or else a proper folder for your research and name it properly, right? Name it properly. Once you go through the internet, you can view it and you can just roughly check whether it's a quality one or else not one. So then if you confirm whether it is a quality one, you download it and name it as a name according to the chronological manner, right? So then once we are reading it, you can open a Excel sheet. So this is the way how you can review it. I hope you all can see the boards. Okay, we'll open Excel sheet. You have to maintain a table, right? So table, you maintain the column like this, right? The first one is paper number, right? So I already asked you to download the paper and number the paper. No, you put the number here. If it is the first paper, paper number 1, right? So then title or else name of the research. So in my research, I will show you how you can summarize your research article. What is the name? Effect of the social and environmental and institutional factors on the sustainable reporting assurance evident from the European countries. You copy the name, right? And then paste it here. Paste it here, name. Second column. Second column, name of the or else title of the paper. Title of the paper. So then authors. Authors. So this is the way how you can read it, authors. Authors. How many authors? 2 authors. Lorenzo and the other one. Okay. Lorenzo and then the other one, right? Where is it? Okay. So there are 2 authors, right? Altogether 3 authors. Authors. Right. So this is the second column. Sorry, third column. Number and then name and the authors. Next one, published year or else year. How you can identify the year? Published year. I will take 5 minutes, extra 5 minutes. Published year, accepted year. Accepted year. Accepted year 2020. 2020. You can record it also. Year of publication 2020. Right? So then objective. Record the objective. What is the objective of this research? If it is an emerald paper, exactly you can easily identify the objective of the paper. See here the purpose, right? What is the purpose? Extend the existing knowledge on the determinants of the sustainable reporting on the assurance practices. So this is the purpose. So then you can copy and paste it here. Always objectives are started with the word to plus action verb, right? See here, to to extend, or else to investigate, to identify, to elaborate, to determine. Likewise, always the research in line with the question, all the research objectives are started with the term to plus the action verb. Copy and paste here. Objective. Second one, objective. Main one, right? Next one, once you identify the objective, you can identify the methodology, or sorry, theories. If there are any theories. How you can identify the theories? Again, read the same abstract. We are calling this one as the abstract, the summarized idea of the research, right? No need to read the entire research. You can just, as a first step, you read the abstract of the research, right? Abstract in the sense, according, it provides us the entire overview of the research article, what they have done within this dissertation, within this research, what is their purpose, so what is their methodology, what are their findings, likewise, right? So then see here 4 different theories. So what are the theories? Stakeholder theory, and then likewise you can copy and paste it here. So these are the theories that they have used for their research. So then theories. If you identify these techniques, it is very easy to develop the research proposal and conduct your dissertation at the 4th year, right? Okay, theories, right? So next one, what is the next one? Methodology. 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 How you can identify the methodology? Go to the design, methodology, and the approach, right? Sample of 417 listed organizations, right? You can, under the methodology, the first thing you need to identify, so we'll remove it. Under that one, you can identify the sample, right? Sample, and then the population. First, population. We'll take the population, sample, sample size, sample technique, right? Data analysis method, sometimes the software. Just summarize these things, these 5 or else 4 things, right? Population, in our research, how much is samples? 417, right? 417 listed organizations, right? 417 listed organization. If you were unable to identify the population for this level, keep it as a blank, right? No need to worry about that one. So next one, the methodology. Once you identify the methodology, population, sample size, data analysis techniques, and etc., you can go to the final one. Before moving to the final one, the findings. Findings. You can summarize the research findings. What are the findings? Okay, see here the results show that the company's decision to ensure its SR, and likewise you can copy these findings. You read it first and have idea and copy and paste it, right? So you can summarize the findings here. Findings. Finally, you include the reference, right? Reference. What you can include here. So if you have the access for the reference, right? So I will, in the next week, I will lecture you how you can take the reference. For the moment. For this week, you download, you copy the DOI and paste it, right? If you have the DOI, exactly you can weave the article. So if you record the DOI or else reference here, If you remove, if you don't have, or else if you miss this article, no issue. Why? So you have the DOI. You already summarized the information and you have the DOI. So then anyway, at any place, if you have this Excel sheet, you can go to the whatever the reference article with the DOI and other information. So this is a summarization. You just summarize the first article. It is very easy, right? So once you summarize this one, you go to the introduction chapter and read the introduction chapter. All right. If the introduction chapter, literature review, no need to read it, but you just refer it, right? And the methodology, review it, and then methodology, read the methodology. Don't look at the discussion, results, and etc. But concern on the findings, concern on the conclusion and future research directions. So what are the things you need to refer? Introduction, just have a look at on the literature review and read the methodology. Don't look at the discussion, results, findings, but you go to the conclusion, read the conclusion and future direction. So then once you summarize your article based on the abstract details, you then read introduction and the methodology and then the conclusion and future direction. Meanwhile, you just look at the literature review also. So this is how you need to start your literature review, right? So therefore, this week start your literature review process. Meanwhile, as a due date, right? Portfolio activity number 2, what is it? Developing the research questions and objectives. You develop the research questions and objectives for the 2 selected topics based on the, or else out of the 3 research topics that you have provided under the portfolio activity number 2, right? Under the, portfolio activity number 1. Portfolio activity number 1 in the sense identifying the 3 research topics. Portfolio activity number 2 is developing the questions and objectives for 2 selected topic out of the 3 topics which we develop under the portfolio activity number 1. Portfolio activity number 1 එක identify කරගත්ත research topics වලින් තුනෙන් දෙකක් තෝරගන්න. ඒ දෙකක් තෝරගෙන එයාට objectives සහ questions හදලා Friday එහෙම නැත්නම් next let's take it as Saturday, no? Before next Saturday, you upload it to the LMS, right? So then once we complete the literature review in the next week, we'll have idea regarding how to write the literature review and we'll develop the literature review for 1 week. එතනින් පස්සේ week එකේ අපි next week එකේ literature review කරාට පස්සේ පුතා අපි හදමු literature review එක topics දෙකෙන් එකකට. එතන මේ යන අතරතුර ඔයාලා දැන් ඔයාලට තේරෙනවනේ papers කියවන්න පුළුවන් නේද? papers identify කරගන්න පුළුවන්. ගැලපෙනවද නැද්ද කියලා බලා ගන්න පුළුවන්. මේවා කියවන්න. මේ research කියවලා මේ research papers accepted papers කියවලා you can develop what? You can develop the question and objectives and upload the portfolio activity number 2. I hope so this is our 5th week. You have some idea regarding the okay, anyway. So if you have any question regarding this one, you can ask now. If you have any question regarding this after the lectures also, you can contact me. No issue, huh? Yes, any question?
Excuse me, Miss.
Yes.
Miss Sarah Excel එකේ summary එක පොඩ්ඩක් අපෝ පෙන්නන්න පුළුවන්?
මේක upload කරන්න පුතා LMS එකට. Okay.
Excuse me, madam.
Yes, පුතා.
Madam, අපි ඔය portfolio activity 2 එක කරන්න ඕනේ තර අපිට දීපු template එකටම නේද fill කරන්න ඕනේ data.
ඔව්. ඒ template එකම තමයි question මේ portfolio act number 5 වෙනකම්ම එකම template එක. හැබැයි පුතා මෙන්න මෙහෙම දෙයක් තියෙනවා. හොඳ question එකක්. ඔයාලා දැන් පළවෙනි දවසේ පළවෙනි portfolio activity number 1 එක upload කරානේ අපි. ඒ upload කරපු එකේ දැන් සමහර corrections තියෙනවා. සමහරලාට තේරෙනවා මට මේ research topic එක කරන්න බෑ. මෙන්න මේ correction එක වෙන්න ඕනි කියලා. අපි එහෙමත් හදලා portfolio activity number 1 එක ආපහු repeat කරානේ. ඒ repeat කළාට පස්සේ අද lesson එකේනොත් පස්සේ ඔයාලට හිතනවා නම් මෙන්න මේ areas මෙන්න මේ terms මගේ research එකට include වෙන්න ඕනේ. මේ විදිහට වෙනස් වෙන්න ඕනේ කියලා ඔයාට ආපහු portfolio activity number 1 එක හදලා ආපහු upload දෙවෙනි එකත් කරලා ඒකම upload කරන්න පුළුවන්. ඔයා corrections කරගෙන යන්න. ඔයා develop වෙන්නේ portfolio activity එක තුලින්. corrections හද ආපහු අර කලින් එක කලින් upload කරන්න ඕනේ නැහැ. You already uploaded it now. So therefore no need to worry about the uploading the activities, previous activities. But you need to do the correction within the portfolio activities. දෙවෙනි එකේදී කරනකොට පළවෙනි එකේ වැරද්දත් හදාගෙන කරගෙන යන්න. හැබැයි upload කරන්න ඕනේ නැහැ ආයේ. තේරුණාද මං කියපු එක? දැන් Tamanට වැරද්දක් තියෙනවා කියලා තේරෙනවා නම් පළවෙනි අප්ලෝඩ් කරපු ડોකියුමන්ට් එකේ ආපහු හදලා අප්ලෝඩ් කරන්න අවශ්‍යතාවයක් නැහැ. හැබැයි Tamanගේ වැරද්ද දෙවෙනි පෝර්ට්ෆෝලියෝ ඇක්ටිවිටි එකේ කරනකොට හදලා අප්ලෝඩ් කරන්න. දෙවෙනි එකත් අප්ලෝඩ් කරන්න ඕනේ. දෙවෙනි එක අප්ලෝඩ් කරනකොට පළවෙනි ෆෝමැට් එක තියෙන්න ඕනේ පුතා. පළවෙනි එක තියෙන්න ඕනේ. පළවෙනි ඇක්ටිවිටීස් තුනේ පළවෙනි ඇක්ටිවිටි එකේ টොපික්ස් වල තියෙන්න ඕනේ. එහෙම නැති වුණොත් මට එකින් එක ඩවුන්ලෝඩ් කර බලන්න වෙනවනේ. ඒ නිසා ඔයාලා පෝර්ට්ෆෝලියෝස් කරන්නේ එකම ෆෝමැට් එකේ. ඒ ඔයාලා දෙවෙනි පළවෙනියට සබ්මිට් කරත් ඒකේ පළවෙනි එක විතරයි ෆිල් කරලා තියෙන අනිත් හතරම බ්ලැන්ක්ස්. දෙවෙනි එක ෆිල් කරන දෙවෙනි ඇක්ටිවිටි එක අප්ලෝඩ් කරනකොට පළවෙනි ඇක්ටිවිටි එකයි දෙවෙනි ඇක්ටිවිටි එකයි දෙකම ෆිල්ලා තියෙනවා. third fourth fifth blank. තුන්වෙනි ඇක්ටිවිටි එක සබ්මිට් කරනකොට පළවෙනි එකක් තියෙනවා දෙවෙනි එකක් තියෙනවා තුන්වෙනි එකක් තියෙනවා. හැබැයි හතරයි පහයි නෑ. අන්න එහෙම එකම පෝර්ට්ෆෝලියෝ ෆෝමැට් එකේ Word document එකේ තමයි මේ අප්ලෝඩ් කරගෙන අපි යන්නේ.
මැඩම්
කියන්න පුතේ.
එතකොට මැඩම් අපි දැන් එක අපේ ටොපික් එකකින් questions කීයක් වගේ හදන්න ඕනේ?
ඒක සාමාන්‍යයෙන් maximum අපි 4 වගේ හදුවා නම් ඇති. එක question එකක් වුණත් ඕකේ. එක question එකක් දෙකක් වුණත් ඕකේ. independent variable wise questions ටික හදන්න.
Okay madam, thank you.
Don't create lot of questions. At least maximumly 4 or 5 questions.
Excuse me ma'am, පොඩි doubt එකක් තියෙනවා.
Yes පුතා.
මේ අපි activity number 1 එක දැන් අපි දා submit කරානේ. ඊට පස්සේ අපි ඒක මේ ඔයා බැලුවේ නැහැ. ඊට පස්සේ ඔයා කිව්වේ නේ මේ මොකරි correction කරලා upload කරන්න කියලා. දැන් ඒක ඔයා මේ බලලා අපිට comments එකක් දුන්නා නම් අපිට ඒක correction එකක් ඒකත් හදලා අපිට ඒකෙන් question හදන්න පුළුවන් නේ මිස්.
හරි. එහෙනම් මම okay, I will try my best. Okay, before not Friday, before Tuesday. Before Tuesday, I will upload the all comments to the LMS. Don't worry. Okay.
Okay, miss. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Last week I had the SAP SRC and shared it, so that is why unfortunately I can't upload the comments to the LMS. Extremely sorry. So anyway, within this week, before Tuesday, I will upload all the comments to the LMS regarding your research topics portfolio activity number 1. Okay. Any questions?
Excuse me madam.
Yes, Buddha.
Emerald Insight එකේ අපි මේ research වලට topic search කරද්දි ගොඩක් ඒවායි restriction දාලා open කරන්න බෑනේ.
මොකද?
Emerald Insight එකේ research search කරද්දි මේ ගොඩක් ඒවට open access නැහැනේ. ඒකට මොකක් හරි option එකක් තියෙනවා.
මම ඔයාලට කිව්ව නේද සයිහබ් use කරන්න පුළුවන් කියලා වලට. සයිහබ් බැලුවද?
ඔව්
සයිහබුත් බෑ.
ඔව් බෑ.
ලව් සයිහබ් එක බැලුවද?
ඒක නම් බැලුවේ නෑ මට.
ලව් සයිහබ් කියලා ටයිප් කරලා ලව් සයිහබ් එක සර්ච් කරන්න. හරිද? ලව් සයිහබ්ස් කියන හබ් එක සර්ච් කරපුවම ඔයාලට එනවා ඒකේ ලින්ක්ස් 4-5ක්. ඒ ලින්ක්ස් වලින් එකක් සිලෙක්ට් කරලා එයාගෙන් ආයි සයිහබ් එකට ඇක්සස් අරගෙන බලන්න සමහරලාට එහෙමත් පුළුවන්. එහෙම නැති වුණාම අපිට ඇත්තටම ඇක්සස් නැහැ. සමහර ඉන්ස්ටිටියුට් තියෙනවා ලංකාවේ කියන්නේ යුනිවර්සිටිස් වලට තියෙනවා ඒගොල්ලන්ට ඇක්සස් තියෙනවා පුතා. අපිට unfortunately we don't have the access. ඒ නිසා එහෙමත් ලව් සයිහබ් එකනොත් වීව් කරන්න බැරි වුණොත් Emerald Insight නැත්නම් elsewhere බලන්න. අනිවාර්යෙන් ඔයාලා Google ResearchGate account එකක් හදා ගන්නම ඕනේ. ResearchGate හැමෝම account එක හදාගන්න. It's very important, right? So you can open it no issue by giving the three persons who are having the ResearchGate accounts. You can open the ResearchGate account without any issue. ResearchGate is very important. If you can't search on the Emerald Insight, you go to the ResearchGate and download the papers from the ResearchGate. Again, another platform is elsewhere. මේ තුනම search කරන්න. එහෙම නැත්නම් Wiley Publishers උත් පුළුවන්. SSR උත් පුළුවන්. මේ හැම එකෙම search කරන්න. ලව් සයිහබ් එකනොත් බැරි නම් පුතේ Emerald Insight papers download කරගන්න බෑ අපිට. අපිට option එකක් නැහැ වෙන. වෙන site එකකට යන එක තමයි අපිට තියෙන option එක.
Okay, madam. Thank you.
Okay පුතා. Any questions? I try my best to have a physical lecture. You can also request it from the management. So if it is a physical lecture, it will be, I hope it will be better. So anyway, any questions? Questions? Okay, hope you don't have any question. X17B exemption coordinator. Chamika, ne? The Chamika.
Yes, madam.
Yes. Okay. Please text me. Yeah, I need your number. Putta. I know. I want to coordinate your students. I don't have the number. I only have the Prakash number. Yesterday I get the Timi's number. So then I don't have your number. If I want to coordinate your students, therefore please give me your number, right? So I don't have
Okay,
your
madam.
number. Okay. Therefore my number is uploaded already to the LMS. You can text me, right?
I already leave the
Okay.
text, madam. I will text
Huh?
you again.
Okay. Okay, Putta. Right. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Okay. Any questions? I hope you don't have any question. Don't worry. If you have any question regarding the research, developing the research topic and etc., at any time you can contact me. If you are, so if I'm unable to pick your phone, unable to pick your call, so then you text me. I'm the person from the 17B exemption or whatever the batch. So then I will call you back, right? So therefore, please contact me. Have the relationship with me. Otherwise, if since it is a online lecture, you are not able to develop it properly. So therefore, you can contact me at any time. Okay. Thank you very much for your participation. Have a good